Hello, you are listening to Ultra Q, episode 151. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
I clapped the wrong time because of Condigifer.
God damn. Damn. I guess your audio's just gonna be fucked now.
Yeah.
I should edit it so you interrupt me.
I mean, you
That's what I should do.
Yeah,
I'll try it. Anyway, it probably won't work. Also joined by Brad.
First episode about an incel where the woman is the mass shooter.
I mean, listen.
And yet, the woman is not the incel.
Women deserve to sometimes shoot the boy who's interested in them. Just, sometimes. They're allowed. I really love the conclusion of that episode with the cop watching them walk away and going, what is going on with those three? It's that easy, folks. Yeah, so we watched 3 more episodes of Gridman. We're going to be talking about them. As we do. We've had a couple of weeks off, because last week we talked about... I say last. I haven't finished the episode. Okay, so when I get home from work, my flat is too hot for me to want to be sat at a computer. So, and then when I'm working from home, I'm too busy at the minute with work. And so it's just been kind of miserable trying to get the editing done. So the edit it'll be finished later today. So I expect Stray Dog came out on Sunday after we recorded Ultra Q.
On the day
it is what it is.
The Sabbath.
On the day of the Sabbath, on which I am working. Well, now we're back talking about Gridman.
Baby Dan.
We've got 3 episodes. Baby Dan Dan. I do gotta hit you with another special.
Uh-huh.
Ultra Q... Ultra... Wiki... I didn't write summaries.
Before this, we have, news, question mark?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That we should probably discuss, I feel.
So Ultraman, we might have a finite endpoint for Ultraman at some point.
Yeah, we might be starting in a month, the final skipping the queue, question mark.
It's possible.
So here's my thing.
Yeah.
We should probably explain what happened.
Yes, let's do that.
Someone else want to do it?
I was only kind of
staff left. I think is the big short. So 1/4 of their staff left, and this apparently was a news story that I think a magazine broke slightly.
Tabloid.
Yes, right before one of their big earnings calls things, and then Tsuburaya released a statement that was people are saying things that we didn't say in a press release first. So maybe think about that, bub.
Specifically, some of the things that were being said was oh, why did these people leave? Seems like a terrible place to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which does not surprise me.
This is also extending to their parent company, Fields, which is a pachinko company, which is also not doing well as an industry financially, meaning that in some movies, Ultraman is a golden goose of Tsuburaya, which is the golden goose of Fields.
I see.
And there's investigation of the labor board by the Japanese labor board of too much overtime, things like that. It's grim. And also just maybe Ultraman isn't doing as great financially. It was doing good in China, but also maybe isn't doing as good in China with the recent shows. And yeah,
damn.
Hard to say what the situation is, but it's bad.
Yeah.
it was wild reading this because I think I've made it kind of clear by skipping the queue, but like it really feels like these are things that are being churned out, and to actually see people like, oh yeah, like people got frustrated of having to like churn these out every year under these conditions, they're fucking bolting. I was like,
the crazy thing is they're not even a company doing 50 episode shows. They're doing 25 episode shows.
Yeah.
It also is amusing that despite the fact that Tsuburaya, the company, is no longer owned by the Tsuburaya family, they still have the same exact mismanagement issues where they get into fights with the network they're on.
Yeah, the moment you were talking about you said, oh yeah, their network is like
they got
is
into
not happy
fights
with them.
They got in fights with Bandai Namco and also TV Tokyo, which is the TV station that airs Ultraman. Right
I immediately posted divorce.
It's so
second divorce. I wanted to find the clip of Nene saying divorce over and over again with a forlorn voice.
I feel like we're 10 years past a point where you should be arguing with the TV net. Like, streaming is here. We are, like, you know...
Yeah, but the thing is, Tsuburaya tried their own online streaming platform, Tsuburaya for Imagination, and that failed.
Yeah. Oh, you know, the classic of, like, instead of putting it on another streaming service, we gotta do our own.
Yeah.
Oh, like Sunrise did.
Did Sunrise do this?
I think Sunrise did this at some point.
Damn. Whenever I think of this phenomenon, I think of the Watcher lads.
The Watcher lads?
The what?
You know, oh god, I'm blanking on their names. The BuzzFeed Unsolved people that like spun off and made their own thing called Watcher. Because they didn't want to work for BuzzFeed anymore, and then like a couple years into like making their little YouTube shows, they were like, "Oh, we're done with YouTube. We're making our own streaming service." And their audience of like 20-somethings are like, "We're not paying for this. What the fuck are you?" And they kind of blew up their own trust with everyone because they wanted to do that.
I'm trying to think if this has ever worked, and like I don't know about.
I feel like College
term.
maybe does it, but I don't know how they manage that.
Dropout manages it. I think they're doing okay.
That's like an institution. They got a lot.
Before
of people.
Speaking of institutions, I mean they're not impermeable, because the thing that I'm thinking of that's like this one worked for a long time. Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
For a very long time, Rooster Teeth. Because Rooster Teeth was pre-YouTube. Red vs. Blue was pre-YouTube.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
They were having to teach people that, like, hey, if you come back to our website next week, you'll be able to download the next episode.
Damn. For some reason, I thought that was like a machinima, like the channel machinima first thing.
No.
Wow.
No. I don't think they ever had a connection to the channel machinima. I don't know how the channel machinima got its name, because I have never associated it with machinima, lowercase.
I guess, with all institutions, there's a point where it tips, there's a point where it bends, etc.
Yeah, etc.
And then I did, and then it became associated instead with people talking over Call of Duty.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, and then young me went, oh, these adults clearly are good people to take life lessons from.
And became a Let's Player.
Yeah, this is too long of a story. There was a guy who was a Call of Duty player that then also was like, oh, hey, I'm gonna upload a video on this channel introducing people to Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And, like, probably partially responsible for me getting into fighting games.
You know?
Man, this game must be really good if some guy's gonna not have a threesome to play it.
Yeah. If I follow the train back far enough, one of the steps in me becoming a weeb is that a machinima director called Biohunter made a couple of videos where he was like, Halo is better than Call of Duty, actually.
Unfortunately, you can't play either, though.
Yeah, you can't, yeah.
Also, Ultraman not beating the Japanese Doctor Who allegations because the state of Doctor Who at the moment.
Hey! Doctor Who's cancelled too!
Oh, damn, really?
They were good. Oh my god, Brad, it's so funny. Let me tell you about the current state. This is no longer an Ultra Q podcast. Let me tell you about the current state of Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's a Gridman podcast.
Doctor Who came back in like 2005 under Russell T Davies, who, you know, he revived the show. He had like a run that was pretty well received. And he was running the show, and then he handed it over to Stephen Moffat, who people were really excited for because people really liked him. Some people were ahead of the game at the time. No, I was not. I cannot claim to be a Jackson head falls off, being like, I always hated Stephen Moffat. And then Stephen Moffat left. A guy called Chibnall got involved, and he had the first woman doctor, and unfortunately it was dog shit. I watched 2 episodes and was like, well, I'm not watching any more of that. And then they introduced the first black doctor when Russell T Davies came back, and unfortunately it was dog shit. And I wasn't watching any more of that. And now, and like way shorter seasons, like 8 episodes, and they were all way too expensive. And
truly, this is new gen Doctor.
This new gen Doctor Who, and they made an episode about alien Palestinian analogs murdering everyone watching Eurovision, watching space Eurovision.
Oh no.
And the Doctor torturing one of them, and saying the line, "The death of 3 trillion people triggered me." And now it's gone. And Russell T Davies had said, "Yeah, there's going to be a Christmas special," but now they're going to sell it. They want to sell it to someone. They're privatizing. Hey, it's the privatization of the UK. They're privatizing Doctor Who.
End of Reiwa era Who.
End of Reiwa era Who.
It'd be funny if we
really funny.
Used like regnal eras to describe British media.
Oh yeah.
I love classic Elizabethan era Toku Thunderbirds.
You mean Shakespeare?
Sorry. Well, I know, but there's unfortunately when you have multiple monarchs with the same name.
Yeah. The first Elizabethan era, and then the second Elizabethan era. Oh man, second Elizabethan era Toku went crazy. It did. That is true.
I guess it can't really beat the first because that is Shakespeare.
They were doing those practical effects. They weren't Shakespeare doing it old school. He hated CGI. So yeah, Doctor Who's gone, and Christopher Eccleston is the most justified, vindicated man to ever live, because he always hated Russell T Davies. So here we are. So that was the Doctor Who update for Ultra Q.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen to Tsuburaya, but it doesn't seem good.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. I do not disbelieve the idea that even if Tsuburaya itself implode, that if anything has taught us anything about anything, which is the greatest thing I've ever said in my life.
Well done.
It's that IP is a fucking zombie.
Yeah.
And I do not even if Tsuburaya dies, I do not believe this is necessarily the death of Ultraman. In the same
Ultraman
way,
will live.
In the same way that when people are like, "Oh yeah, Gundam Seed saved Gundam," I'm like, I know 5 years after, someone who wants to make money would go, "Hey, remember that thing that made us a lot of money? Why don't we bring it back or buy it or whatever?" Because this is what happens with things people recognize. It just gets passed around and revived over and over and over again. And that's why you have a Masters of the Universe film in 2026 for some fucking reason. Who gives? I'm too old or too young to have seen that. Nobody's seen that. I'm so bamboozled why that movie exists.
We need He-Man back for some reason. 80s never die. The snake is going to eat its own tail.
I don't think I know anyone under the age of 50 that gives a fuck about He-Man. I'm gonna be real.
He's the master of the universe.
Apparently.
Do you want to talk about Gridman?
Yeah.
Sure.
So this first episode...
Amazing title.
The tab. What is the title?
Episode 13. I hate sports.
Yeah, well done. So once again, I'm just reading the wiki summary straight, and then we're going to talk about the episode. While designing on his canvas, Ippei was invited by Naoto to peek over the swimsuit-wearing girls at the local sports center's indoor pool. Bad scene.
This is really bad.
This is a bad time.
To be honest, there's a lot of this episode that's not just enough.
We'll get the two curiously trail Yuka walking alongside her swimming teacher when the latter two bumped into Takeshi, who was indirectly mocked by said teacher for his weak physique. Naoto and Ippei decided to take it upon themselves to spend their time at the sports center with Daichi and Naoto's while Daichi and Naoto's dad were ordered to go by Naoto's mum. At night, Ippei finished his earlier design in junk, while a frustrated Takeshi was encouraged by Khan to take his frustration into making a monster. The next day, Yuka noticed Naoto and Ippei's sudden enthusiasm in their attempt to outdo the swimming teacher. This summary is missing the most important detail about the teacher. All the while, Daichi and Kana were even at the same pool as well. In the gymnasium, apparently Naoto's dad was joined by Ippei and Yuka's fathers as they were forced to exercise under their wives' orders too. Takeshi completed the monster Generodon, and sent it to disrupt the training facilities at the sports center. The three kids' fathers were trapped in their training machines and forced to exercise rigorously without any means of escaping. The swimming instructor... I'm gonna kill myself. The swimming instructor even turned into a coward after he failed to disable the exercise computer. It turned out that the protagonist was the rival was a loser after all.
I love protagonist-based morality.
Returning to Junk's room, Naoto merges with Gridman while Ippei tries to finish the program he had conceived. He finally revealed that his and Naoto's sudden change to outdo Yuka's teacher was out of jealousy. After having his energy depleted by Generodon, Gridman was rescued by the appearance of the assist weapon that combined with him into Thunder Gridman, tanking Generodon's attack before he launched the drill break attack. The three fathers were released from their torturous exercise machines. Meanwhile, Yuka finally caught wind of Naoto's bad habit in the earlier episode and corrected that she had lost interest in that gym teacher, opting for Gridman instead. Ippei, on the other hand, took this opportunity to push Naoto to Yuka. The narrator ends the story by saying, "Sports is to train..." I don't think this is what he says. "Sports is to train body, but there should be healthy spirits along with as well. Good luck, Naoto, Yuka, and Ippei, because Gridman is supported by you guys." So
I love prose.
I'm not gonna dunk. I'm not gonna, because I basically think most people editing the Ultra Wiki are like English second language.
Okay,
so I'm like, but the narrator quote is like, it's a quote from the episode. I know the subs are fucked up right now, but I don't think they're that fucked up. I think. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Jesus Christ, Sports Over.
Jesus Christ! I have now watched 3 straight episodes of the new subs, of these old subs, and yes, they are talking about Jesus all the time for some reason.
Jesus.
Why do I say like Masaka? So this is a cuck episode. This is a cucking episode. Naoto and Ippei feel like they're being cucked by an adult man in Speedos.
Yeah. These 3 episodes are all really weird about our core 3's relationship in a way I do not like.
They are. I almost thought, and I was curious, I kind of checked. I almost thought all of these were written by the guy who wrote the microwave episode, but that's not exactly true.
I maybe this is just what the show is going to be.
It might be.
However, we do get the contradiction of the ending of this episode and is it the third? Which is the episode with the virtual gun?
The third one.
The third one.
Yeah, the third one. Because at the end of this episode, Ippei is like, hey, he's like wingman for Naoto. And then in the third episode, he's like jealous. It was like, we got some contradictions.
Well, that's
here.
because in the second episode, the girl on the bus goes away.
Oh, he doesn't have Okay, yes, of course. He defaults to Yuka at the end.
The hidden depths and character arc of Ippei and his love interest.
Yeah.
Different puns.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode opens on Naoto being evil. He's spying on the girls. He like invites Ippei along. He's like, "Hey, come on! I found a cool spot." And then getting jealous of this teacher guy. How do we feel about the teacher guy?
Why I don't like it.
Like
I said, protagonist-centered morality. There's like, why? There's like,
so he's like this big like masculine presence because he's wearing the extremely tight shorts on the in swimming, and it's like, I don't think you should be wearing that, bro.
Yeah.
But also it's like,
I don't think this is the swimming class for that.
But also it's like, oh yeah, he's like the really friendly with the women students and then belittles other men.
Yes.
And also is just like it doesn't do like things that you think someone like a lifeguard would like, first aid or any sort of like bravery or thing. It's like, well, this person is not someone who should be hired to do this job. This is like
he is talking to Yuka. He is saying insane shit to Yuka. He's like, I feel like we were destined to meet. I was like, what are you talking? No, this can't be the plot of the episode. What are you talking about?
They also feel really inconsistent. So, like, when he talks to Takeshi at the beginning, like, it is, like, really belittling and shitty. But then when he's talking later in the pool with, like, Naoto and Ippei, he is just kind of giving them, like, oh, hey, like... like, it's unsolicited advice, but he's like, hey, like, you're doing it improperly. If you want, I can show you how to do... Like, he's trying to, like, kind of be friendly, and then they, like, are like, oh, fuck off, man. And it feels a little inconsistent, almost, in a way.
His character definitely changes to suit whatever role he has to play in the plot right now. Because like you need Takeshi to get mad about sport and try to sabotage sport, but then you need to present Naoto and Ippei as being kind of unreasonable from Yuka's perspective, where is the difference that because they showed up he has like the base modicum of respect to be like, oh, these guys are trying. I need to get them into top shape so they can be like me. Yeah, like those really condescending like gym stories you read on like that people post on like Reddit about like, oh yeah, I saw this like really fat guy at the gym and I was like heroic, and I was like, okay. And so it's like and then he has to be a coward at the end for no reason.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it's just for the gratification of like, oh, we have defeated the guy that was annoying to us, the heroes. It turned out that actually real manliness is being a 15-year-old kid who is a superhero.
Now, I'm jumping the gun. I was surprised to learn this episode was written by a woman, Mie Hirano.
Okay. I'm okay. I mean,
because this feels very. Because at first glance, this feels very male writer who was bullied as a kid for not being into sports. Like that, it is the vibe that this gives off to me at first glance. But I was like, oh, that was not the case. Clearly,
I'm not necessarily surprised. In the sense that like, in the sense that it's like it's an episode where Yuka is being competed over by like Naoto and this big hot guy, and then it's like I also just not surprised because like some of the most misogynist episodes of Zeta Gundam are written by the woman on the writing team. It's just sometimes it's like women can be very misogynist, as like it's internal. It's
I didn't actually know that.
It's a society-wide thing, not especially compared to men, but like.
I didn't know about that, about the Zeta thing.
Yeah,
but also the way people talk about
the
way people talk about Zeta is like, oh, all of it is from Tomino's own personal misogyny.
Yes, he does have his own personal misogyny, but yes, some
there's
of the
also,
particular I can't remember which ones. But
there's also one particular writer, who I believe was a male, who just like especially seems to hate Fa. And I know people love to point out like every episode he is writing is the one where Fa's like, oh no, I can't do anything all of a sudden.
Oh my god.
And it's like, oh okay, yeah.
Childhood friend disliker.
I also
was logged in.
I also think that there is definitely like, at the very least, like I could see how the knowledge to like, oh you're probably like, okay, you have to write the script, and the audience we have intended for this in mind is like young boys, and I can see how like through that like you end up like kind of repeating cultural expectations or like reinforcing particular cultural messages. In the same way that I feel like if I was suddenly told like, oh hey, you have to write something that like is intended for like young girls, like I could see me like accidentally like putting in shit that it's like, oh whoops, I didn't even think about that. Like you have to kind of adjust for whatever they want you to target for that network's like age range and whatever.
I definitely think that's the case. I also even just like hang on, let me cough. Even just like not interrogating like what the driving force is that makes someone write this. I just have so many examples of like Gundam again. The most misogynist Gundam is Gundam Seed, written by Murasawa, mostly, I believe. Like she's the lead writer. It's not like women be misogynist.
Other people
it's
I know
simply
will tell me how misogynist IZO is, which is also written out.
It's just
the depths of the patriarchy as a cultural concept.
Yeah,
exactly. The reach is all. That's why it's a problem.
Yeah, no one is immune to misogyny. So the heroes managed to not get cucked.
This time.
psychologically. This time.
And yet Takeshi is continuously cucked every episode of the show.
Yes. And Takeshi manages to be the most normal person in this episode.
Yes.
Because he's not... It's he is belittled in front of the girl he likes. But it is the belittling in particular. Like, he doesn't take it out on her. He decides, I'm going to take it out on sport. I fucking hate sport. It's fascist.
This is maybe the most, like someone literally, this episode just comes up and is a dick to him for no reason. Whereas usually it's like him being a petty person who is...
Like beefing with a child in a grocery store.
Yes. But like literally
like
he is just... Oh yeah,
Sorry, go for it. Oh no, I was gonna say, like, beefing with GMT because his alarm didn't wake him up in time.
Yes. And this one, like, literally he is just walking down the street and someone walks up to him and is like, oh, you scrawny motherfucker, have you tried working out? Like, that's...
He's like, no,
I
guess I'll go home.
It's something reasonable. I would be upset if someone did this to me. It's a normal thing to be upset about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, making a computer
to...
program to make your friend's dad or your classmates' dads stuck in exercise hell. Maybe not the move, but
Yeah.
I was watching those scenes and I was like, God, I need someone to do this to me. I ain't going to the fucking gym.
Yeah.
This shit's hard. It takes time.
Yeah.
I'm busy watching Gridman.
I love those scenes of them locked in and they're just stretching the image. It just looks so stupid. I'm a big fan.
They also, if I'm remembering it right, they start like crackling electricity, and I'm like, these aren't even electronic machines half the time. What?
They are. They have to be hacked into them, right?
Yes.
Everything's online.
The dad's like, oh, all these machines have these trackers on them now, so you can tell how much you've done. And I'm like, thank you, script writer. Thank you. Well done.
I love the squash and stretch so much. Why did they do that?
It's great. It's great. The best scene in this episode is Daichi can't swim, and he's been sent to go swim.
I forgot about this.
And Kana finds him swimming with, like, floats, and it's like, oh, you don't need those, and takes them away, and Daichi starts drowning.
The actor sells the panic so well. It's so... Daichi's actor, the fucking unsung goat of this fucking show.
He has
some great lines later that I forget.
He has a killer one in episode 3. We'll get to it.
Is it the one where he's trying to lift his brother's spirits?
Yes. That was William.
It's one of the greatest things ever.
Has infinitely more emotional maturity about being rejected by a girl he likes than his older brother does. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Daichi's a hero. Daichi's gonna be fine. Everyone else is slightly weird. Daichi's gonna do great in life.
So he really is the inverse Toru.
Yes. Yeah, he's the reverse Toru. He likes girls. Normal. Likes girls, but
respects boundaries.
Respects them also. It's great. Who made this episode? You kind of talked about it a bit.
Written by Mie Hirano, and then also directed by a guy who is one of the few Gridman staff members who just does not have any info really I can find. Yoshiki Kitamura, who also directed the next one. But yeah, like it's funny because like there's like a sea of like people with like Wikipedia blue link names, and then there's like this guy. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, couldn't really find anything about other stuff that he's done.
Oh well. Mel?
Da-da-da. We got Gridman suit actors Hiroyuki Okano, Thunder Gridman, new Gatai sequence, suit actor Kunitoshi Endo. The head is wholly new, but otherwise the suit really is armor attached to the base of the Gridman suit. It's funny, I think after I watched this episode, I watched like a review of like the RG Gao Gaiga, where I'm like, oh, this is just a fucking brave head
Gao
shit.
Gaiga. Yeah.
As for the Kaiju Generodon, the suit actor Atsuya Nishimura. Another proposed design was Alakidon. Here's a draft design here. And
okay. Is that a tongue? Is that a spark tongue?
That looks like a plug tongue.
I think so. I forget matter. Here's that
looks like I would plug it into an amp.
And also here's some Terragaia old sketches from like last episode's Kaiju, based on some insectoid designs.
Cool.
Also, earlier drafts of this episode was going to include scenes of the pool water being boiled.
Oh wow!
Which is, I think, I almost thought was going to happen until it didn't.
Well, I guess the one last thing to talk about in this episode is the transformation.
Yeah.
Gridman transform.
Yeah.
I was a little bit like, oh, I see. I understand. I'm like, I like it when the robot is Ippei and Yuka's thing. But this is the final form. So, okay. Whatever.
Well, we still get some usage of it. But we'll see.
I assume they won't abandon the other thing entirely, but also, like, I haven't seen that sword in a while.
Yeah.
They know.
Think of all the toys they have to sell.
Yeah, they got more toys on the horizon.
Yeah. Toys. Ah, well. Is there anything else we want to say about this episode?
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to talk about time.
Yeah. Okay. Let me pull up the episode. Give me just a moment. Manipulated Time, episode 14. Ippei has been late to school recently, which Naoto and Yuka discovered is due to him spying on a particular girl at the bus stop. Yuka found out that the girl's name is Rumie Saito, but she is due to be moving to another place in a week. Therefore, Ippei draws his plan to meet her on each of the 7 days, escalating every day from like hello to asking for her number, etc., etc., and the final day is proposed marriage. And after waking up late and blaming his alarm clock for it, Takeshi decides to share his misfortune with others by reviving Gilarus. He gave the monster, the kaiju, cybernetic parts to designate it as Mecha Gilarus. And with Khan's help, he sends it to the Mean Time Center in Greenwich, England, and prepares to distort time across the world. The next day, Ippei discovered that multiple accidents occurred worldwide, and he was late to meet Rumie because time got fucked up. The class even ended earlier than usual, allowing the trio of friends to go home earlier than intended. But as Yuka noted, her house's clock was later than the original time. To meet Rumie again the next morning, Ippei borrows all his house's clocks and tries to adjust them or something. Mecha Gilarus distorts time again, and Ippei missed the bus again. The matter was only worsened when Mecha Gilarus hacks into like the worldwide public clocks and fires hypnosis beams from them into people's heads to distort mankind's sense of time and schedule, and so that they'll always believe the fake time on the clock, no matter how ridiculous it seems. Naoto and Yuka were unaffected as they were inside the basement with junk. The day after, Ippei went in a fruitless effort to chase Rumie's bus on his bicycle, unaware that she was talking with another guy. I don't think this is what happens at all. I don't think that's what happens in the episode. Time around the world gets distorted, and even the television station has a hard time keeping up with their broadcasting period. Khan laughs, gloating over mankind in their torture over being trapped in their distorted time. Altered by a kaiju presence, Naoto and Yuka concluded that Khan... What? Naoto and Yuka conclude that Khan was behind the distorted time, and Naoto fuses with Gridman to go to England. Yuka sends the Thunderjet to aid Gridman, barely able to use all the deployment of assist weapons by herself. Barely? Why? What do you mean barely? I think this summary is putting it... I have some criticisms of this summary. Yuka deploys the assist weapons by herself while Ippei is still under the temporal hypnosis. Although the Thunderjet was taken down, Yuka merged it and the other assist weapons to form Thunder Gridman, allowing the Hyper Agent to finish the kaiju, restoring the worldwide clock and lifting the temporal hypnosis away from its victims. Ippei tries to court Rumie the next day, only to discover her with an unnamed boy at the backseat of the bus. By that point, he had given up pursuing the girl as Naoto and Yuka console him. This says consolidated him. Which is a different word. And then the narrator ends saying, Gridman's efforts brought back time to normal. However, there are problems that even Gridman can't solve. Don't cry, Ippei. Tomorrow is another day. The end.
You know who could have you know who could have handled this?
Who could have handled this?
Kashibi Rohan.
That's true. He could have handled this. I quite like this episode.
Yeah,
even though it's about even though the premise of the episode is Ippei's peering at a girl through binoculars, and I'm like, we can't be still doing this from last episode.
Yeah. This is new character trait.
This is a new character trait. However, I do think his 7-day plan to propose to her is cute and funny. I'm like, oh, go, Ippei, you stupid moron. He's just like, well, you know, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna say hello. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna ask for her number, and then I'm gonna like ask her on a date, and then I'm gonna propose to her. And Naoto and Yuka are like, I think that's final step is a bit much. It's like, I have to really mean it. I'm all in.
And he never interacts with her once.
Never interacts with her once. It's great. It's great. Good job.
The last day he has the bouquet.
You have a whole bouquet of flowers. Brilliant. And then the moment Yuka is like, yeah, there's other fish in the sea, and he turns to Yuka and goes, here, flowers for you. And she's like, for God's sake. I love all the scenes of people attempting, like, the step of, like, the kaiju's going to hypnotize everyone into thinking that there's nothing wrong with the clocks. Because, obviously, no one would be like, well, now it's 9 a.m., and now it's midday, now it's 6 p.m., and now I should be going to bed. But once they're hypnotized, you can have the scene like the news reporter saying, and now for the morning news. I mean, the midday news. Oh, apparently it's the 10 o'clock news.
And meanwhile, you have Ippei's mom being like, breakfast is ready. Oh, wait, I gotta make lunch.
Well, yeah, while his dad is opening and closing the shop over and over again.
He's like, please, I'm so tired.
He's like carrying rugs out to his car to go sell them somewhere or something, to go deliver them. It's good. I like it. I think this is maybe my new favorite Takeshi motivation. where he becomes he starts doing like third worldist voice. Let me tell you about Greenwich Mean Time.
I like he
but
responded,
over like, oh, my alarm didn't go off.
Yeah, he responded in the chat like, I think Takeshi hasn't done anything insane in a while, and then this episode.
It's so good.
This is like the equivalent of being like, I cough, we shouldn't have air in the atmosphere anymore. It's so like...
Yeah.
Beefing with the concept of
not
time.
mentioned in the summary.
What was that?
Beefing with the concept of time while dressed like that.
Yes, while wearing
the... Brad said beefing with the concept of time while wearing the little nightcap and the
like the
fucking
cartoon
Ebenezer Scrooge outfit.
The cartoon I've been sleeping fit.
He's going honk shoo.
He's
I had to take a
shooing.
screenshot of the fucking... Absolutely. Let me find this screenshot. Did I not take it? I'm sure I did. Oh, I might not have. RIP. Oh, yes, I did. This image is one of the greatest things ever.
Yeah.
That's me every day.
With your 3 monitors.
Sat at my 3 monitors. Yeah. Is my signal really bad?
No.
Oh, that's a yes. You two took forever to respond.
Oh.
No, I think we just took a pause.
Give me a second. How about now?
Hello.
It's still quite slow. Oh well. We'll just have to live with it.
He's Con Digifer.
Trying to stop us from podcasting.
Con Digifer. It's trying to stop us from podcasting. It's so true. So, what else is going on in this episode?
I do think it's funny that, like, because Naoto and Yuka are just chilling with junk, they are just completely unaffected, and like, what the fuck's going on with everyone?
Yeah, they just don't go outside.
And Ippei just does nothing because he's mind broken.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was... I feel like they could have maybe done more with, like... with how regimented and, like, scheduled and busy modern life is. A little bit, like, leaning in more with the time stuff than they do, almost. I don't know.
I can see that.
There's a lot of the... I overall think this episode works, but also, too, there's a lot going on here that feels a little disparate, and, like, it doesn't all entirely... Like, I almost feel like maybe I would have saved the Ippei bus thing with, like, a stronger Con Digifer, like, tie-in thing than we're fucking with time in a weird way. But I don't know. I also think, I will say, I think this bit with Ippei maybe lands a little bit better if the rest of the series so far hasn't shown us that he will just immediately fall for whatever woman is in sight nearby. It's just kind of like, oh, well, you know, he'll move on next episode. And he does, actually.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I do have to say is that I do use public transport to get around. And so the first immediate way that Con Digifer fucking with clocks would immediately fuck with me is that my trains would be late all the time. Like my trains would be fucked up. I would be missing trains all the time. And so the fact that he's like, oh, she's got a bus that she catches every day. and he keeps missing it, is like, I'm like, yeah, that's like part of like the modern life, is that, but there's a bus schedule.
Shenmue has one of those.
But Shenmue has a bus schedule.
Yeah.
It does have that 24-hour.
You gotta go to the other map, then you gotta wait for the
cycle.
bus.
Oh. I see.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly hop out of this call and then hop back in, see if that fixes everything. Hello.
Hello.
That's so much better.
Okay.
Thank God. I was like, I can't host this podcast. I can't be the one trying to lead conversation.
You sounded completely normal to us, which is the weird.
It was awful on my end.
Wild. Well, hopefully it stays fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Who made this episode?
This was written by Isao Shizuya and then also directed by Yoshiki Kitamura.
Okay. Mal.
So actors for Gridman are Normal, Kunitoshi Endo, Thunder, Hiroki Okano, which is the inverse of the previous episode, and Mecha Gelaris is suit actor Hiroshi Tanaka.
Okie doke. They have decided that Ippei is now a guy who is primarily motivated. Oh no, this has come up before. The fact that he's motivated by girls on some level. But yeah, this trio of episodes has like really honed in on that in like a way that feels concentrated. But I'm like, okay, what? Have you decided to shift the whole show to be about this now?
It's a Tsuburaya show.
It's a Tsuburaya show.
I mean,
a shift.
I guess I'll take this over the alternative that this show stops being about the internet or computers.
Uh-huh.
Which is still on the table. They've surprised us before.
They should do online dating. They should do meeting people you met online.
Oh, I don't think that's off the table necessarily.
Takeshi be like, I'm gonna make a kaiju that swipes left for every time on Tinder.
Hell yeah. Man. Takeshi's so good.
Nobody's watching my Twitch channel. I'm gonna make a monster that destroys all Twitch streamers.
You just remembered Takeshi's explanation for what sports are to Condigifer.
Oh yeah,
what's the explanation?
It's like it's a thing dumb people do to relieve stress.
Like I think it's even more ridiculous. He's like, because they believe it helps reduce stress or something. Like
yeah.
And he's like, I'm clever instead of sporty. I'm gonna prove that brains is better than brawn. And then the show is like, that's not true. It's actually just having a strong spirit.
Actually, it's just having a stronger kaiju, to be honest.
Well, that too. Is there anything more to say about episode 14? There might not be. I don't know.
I think it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think this one's all right. I mean, we've talked. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the swings they're taking with their two boys as characters. It's
speaking of.
It's yeah. Speaking of.
The next episode is called The Distorted Target.
Me when I walk into a store and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I go, oh no.
Oh, you don't have those here.
Oh yeah, did they like fail miserably?
Yes.
When they tried to, yeah. I've talked to my coworkers about this.
Which is really funny because it's just like, why? Why didn't Walmart succeed and Target fail? Who knows?
They'll never know.
Takeshi was kicked out of a virtual shooting arcade for being too good. He either had too many quarters or he was not using any continues. Too good at the game. And so he got kicked out.
After an hour.
After an hour, because everyone else was queuing up outside of it.
The subs say something really funny here, which is like, oh, they're all so envious of my play. Which is
yes.
It's so fucking good.
Get him on scrub quotes. Yuka, on the other hand. What do you mean, on the other hand? Yuka had a fight with Naoto when the latter didn't pay attention to their while they were discussing a planned outing. Ippei overheard this and decided to take advantage by excluding Naoto, feigning that Yuka had agreed to exclude him. Takeshi decided to get back at the arcade center by recreating Shinobila and giving him a new weapon. The next day, a sharply dressed Ippei. I don't know about sharply dressed.
He's
trying something.
I do like this because this does... I don't know how intentional this is, but this does feel like the fit a kid who's like, oh, I need to impress a girl, but I don't quite... Like, what
he doesn't
show
know
up
anything about yeah. It's good.
Like, it's just slightly it's just slightly a little too baggy and like not quite fitted, but like not in a way where it's like I could still imagine someone like going out and this being like, yeah, it's fine. It's
me going to the arcade with a fucking bow tie.
Can we edit him into the pic of all the fucking the new Science Saru Ghost in the Shell Section 9 hanging out in their baggy 80s suits?
Yeah, it has that vibe.
I think it would work. So the next day, Ippei, a sharply dressed Ippei, is prepared to go out with Yuka to the arcade center. While Yuka was trying the virtual shooting, the recently arrived Shinobila hacked the game, turning her into a murderous shooter on the loose who sees everyone around as NPC targets. Naoto and a patrolling officer, the funny cop is back, try to help, but they were almost on the receiving end of the laser gun. Gridman alerted Naoto of another monster attack, finally linking the situation to Khan Digifer, and he bonded with the hero and entered the arcade game's computer world. Around the same time as Gridman's fight, the best scene in these 3 episodes was happening. As special forces were summoned to apprehend the brainwashed Yuka. And she's going John Wick mode. Ippei managed to send the assist weapons to form Thunder... You know, he's the guy who barely manages to send assist weapons to form Thunder Gridman. And then he leaves to go find Yuka and apologize to her for everything. Gridman managed to destroy Shinobila and undo the damages, awakening Yuka just in time during Ippei's confession of lying to both her and Naoto. The 3 friends reconcile after all the misunderstandings had been cleared up. And the narrator says, friends are supposed to be very close and to help each other. There's no Gridman unless these 3 get together. A small lie might create a huge problem, so you should be careful too. The end.
Game over, Yuka.
Game over, Yuka. Her scenes of shooting all the cops was great.
She did like backflips, dodging bullets.
It's great. It's so cool. She's hunting the funny cop like a horror villain.
Yes.
Yeah.
The helmet adds so much to this.
It's a great helmet for this.
It's like RoboCop vibes.
Yeah, because she's got the virtual the VR helmet on, and she just sees aliens, and she's but she's also been brainwashed. There's a double layer here where it feels like there was a second pass at the script or something where like they were like, yeah, she just sees everything as NPCs. And then someone read it and was like, but wouldn't she realize she's walking around? And it's like, maybe she's brainwashed as well.
Just like how it was necessary for Gudis to make a Jimmy clone and not like just brainwash Jimmy specific.
Yes, just like how Gudis made a Jimmy. What was going on? What was going on?
That was one of the episodes I showed them.
Excellent. Very good.
It was necessary.
It was necessary. So, how we feel about our boys and Yuka in this episode?
Not good.
It's whatever. I'm like, well, what are you doing here? I don't like this dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So on one hand, I'm frustrated because I feel like they actually get pretty well and good, like, deal with the issue at hand here in a comedy scene where Daichi tells his older brother that he needs to accept when a woman doesn't like you back, and, like, respect boundaries and like, actually care about people. But then also, too, they kind of leave the thing that started this all unaddressed, which was just, like, him being completely dismissive of her, taking her for granted, and not actually listening to her when she's trying to engage with him.
Yeah, Naoto gets off really light in this episode,
yes,
compared with Ippei. Yes, Ippei lies. Like, he sees an opportunity, and he's like, okay, so Naoto, I'm simply gonna tell the both of them that neither of them want to see each other, and I'll be like, come on, Yuka, we can go hang out on our own. But Yuka is still mad at Naoto when she's doing the shooting, when she's in the game.
Well, okay, so this confused me in the summary, because from what I remember from the episode, so the way that the summary worded it, that like was written on the wiki that you read off or whatever,
yeah,
makes it sound as though Ippei here is like, if I'm remembering correctly from the episode itself, doesn't Ippei say, like, hey, do you want to hang out just the two of us?
So yes, he says that to Yuka.
Yeah.
But then he's on the phone to Naoto later, and he's kind of misrepresenting what Yuka has said.
Okay.
As he's like, yeah, she says she doesn't want to hang out with you. She says she just wants to hang out with me. And also then telling Yuka later, yeah, Naoto says, go right ahead. Just the two of us. And Yuka's like, man, Naoto.
Okay, yeah, I think that last one was the part I may have missed.
Yeah.
Because I remember him rubbing it in on the phone like a dickhead. But, like, at the very least, at the start, I don't think it's unfair to be like, oh, our other friend's being a dick, hey, you want to hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, that is a normal thing that people do.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, okay, I think I completely missed that last part when I was watching.
But the reason the episode is like, well, Ippei has to apologize. Naoto doesn't have to apologize, because either we're like, the fact that he was kind of ignoring her at the beginning doesn't really matter. Like, her being mad at him over that is nothing.
He does also accuse her directly of being hysterical and uses the word hysterical.
He does the word hysterical specifically.
Yeah.
He just
crazy moment.
He keeps saying hysteria. It's hysterical, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
But because he's Gridman and he does the saving, the episode is like, well, he's done his part now. But the problem remains that he was kind of an asshole. And yes, I love the scene where he's complaining. He's like, Daichi, you wouldn't understand the problems I'm having. And Daichi's like, yeah, I would. I like Kana. She doesn't like me. But them's the breaks.
I think
and gives his brother a little pat on the shoulder and walks off.
I think he literally says that I just have to live with that, or something to that effect. Like,
it's something like that.
Yeah. It's like, damn, like this kid has depths.
Naoto just watching him go like,
Daichi has hidden depths, and meanwhile his brother is like head empty worst actor.
Yeah. But yeah, the episode is, when we get to like the actual like the hacking stuff, we get to see sort of Yuka's anger over this, right? Is like she's given the outlet of shooting everybody in the world. Like, it's fucking...
And I know this was a thing for obvious reasons, much more prevalent in the West and specifically America than in Japan, but this does feel prime time, like, oh, hey, culturally we're a little bit worried about the fact that we now have video games that simulate the act of shooting people with, like, a peripheral gun. Like, this is, like, peak.
What year? Hang on, what year is Gridman again?
Like 93, right?
Yeah, 93.
Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Video game. Yeah, 1993 is Doom.
Oh, wait, this
episode was probably... because original Doom was December 93. But,
yeah, so I mean, this is like pre-Doom.
Light gun games were in full swing by now, though. Like,
I was just gonna check. Virtual Cop is technically next year, but there's still other non 3D like games, still sprite based ones, like the Terminator 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or the Jurassic Park one, I guess.
Oh, this fucking image of the stupid fucking Terminator 2 cab.
Hell yeah!
Oh. That's so cool. Yeah, and so yeah, we got the video games, the violent video games thing in its like early form of like, all these light gun games.
And also a little bit like on addiction, or like hey kid, get off the machine, there are people waiting in line, like sort of stuff too. Like, it's funny because it feels crafted by people that maybe don't necessarily play games themselves, but like their kids do, was like kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, they're taking it's I thought it was really interesting because like it's just accurate enough to like the arcade feel and like how they go, but doesn't quite.
You mentioned the addiction thing, and it's like the addiction is coming from the video game itself. The addiction does not come from the arcade, which unplugs the kid and is like, stop putting in quarters, child.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't think you know what an arcade is.
Though I might argue that in this case, if one child is hogging a singular machine for too long, I mean, it might be bad for business if other people can't play the hottest game on the market right now.
I think they should have got more than one machine.
Well, also yes.
Well, it's the size of a fucking apartment. It's too big.
Yeah. I think we're seeing the limits of this game.
Virtual shooting had a rough transition to 3D.
Oh, I bet. Oh, that first 3D virtual shooting must have looked fucking ass.
Listen, if SSS Gridman, I think I missed an S, had the sauce, they would have had like a fake YouTuber given his review of virtual shooting.
It's unfortunate that both of those Gridman shows happened before like the peak, before like the VTubers became big.
Oh man. Listen. VTubers don't need to be big for you to put VTubers in your anime. You just need to be tuned in and know what's up and predict the future, and you can make Spooky Boogie in Psychopaths.
That's true.
The anarchist VTuber who works with cops.
I need to fucking watch Psychopaths.
It's so good.
Did I tell y'all that I have a friend whose wife does not like anime but loves Psychopaths specifically?
You did.
Yes,
you did. I can absolutely see it. Yeah. It's yeah.
I told her to check out Standalone Complex because I was like, listen, it's the same people and they made Psychopaths because we're like, we want more of that. And she was like, ooh. So I need to talk to her to see if she's actually watched it or not. But she was intrigued. So,
I saw an annoying anarchist on Twitter earlier say something like Cuba taking liberalization reforms because of the fucking needing to survive sanctions and economic siege. As like, this is why state socialism doesn't work. And if only Cuba was anarchist, they would have survived. And people are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's very funny. That's very funny.
How do you plan to do that? Anyway.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You should go read One Piece about it.
So true. Give it up.
Someday
Luffy.
it'll end.
The other day, I was like workshopping a post that was like the world building of Brandon Sanderson, the foreshadowing of Oda, and I was like, "This is like just making the ultimate slop art." And I was like, "I can't put this energy into the world." I deleted the draft.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Have you ever
looked
at the lyrics for the One Piece rap from 4Kids?
I was unaware there was a One Piece rap for 4Kids.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it as a child. I'm very familiar.
Says yo, dreamin', don't give it up, Luffy. Dreaming, whatever. I think it's the last line is like, set sail for One Piece. It's the name of the treasure in the Grand Line.
Oh, but he sings the fuck out of it. He's like, in the Grand Line. Yeah, I watched a lot of that show as a kid. It doesn't beat Naruto Dream OP.
No, nothing does.
Sasuke is really cool. Sakura, the beautiful.
I should have the clip of Jeff Keighley saying "Monkey D. Luffy" on hand. Monkey D. Luffy and his crew. All right, so you know how people are like. The general advice is when people are like, they're remembering times that they were weird in public, and it's like, don't worry, no one else remembers that. No one but you remembers that. There is one exception. I remember every time Jeff Keighley has been like that.
That's so many times.
So yeah. Anyway. Yes, this episode.
This is my favorite of the three, I'd say.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I think it's my favorite flavor of the boys being weird about Yuka, because it feels like that sort of like that age of like drama, of like completely nothing drama, of like, yeah, I said this instead of this. I told this lie to Yuka so that we could hang out together without Naoto for a bit. And feels like that sort of like these three who have been like friends since they were like way younger, now reaching the age where they're thinking about like, oh, girls and boys.
Yeah.
And so it kind of works. Naoto's a fucking asshole, but like this has been established. He's secretly evil. It is what it is.
Exactly.
I do actually think the bit at the end too, where like, I think it is nice that Ippei is the one that gets to kind of like talk her down at the end and like shows up in the monitor. I think a lesser version of this episode would have had Naoto be the one that like does that, but I think it's kind of neat that they allow Ippei to kind of be shitty in the way he is in this episode, and then also have him do right at the end to make up for it.
Yeah. And Yuka does not have to go to prison.
Yuka does not have to, despite shooting all those people,
including the cops.
The cop is gonna wonder about the polycule at the end, though.
He is. It's good. It's a good moment. His little tilt of the head. Excuse me?
What's going on with those three?
What's going on with those three?
What's going on?
Oh my god. It reminds me of watching one of a Day of the Devs stream from years ago with on a Discord call with a friend of mine who I guess was aware of polyamory but didn't know any of the language about it. And when there was an indie game about like, oh, this is about forming a polycule of like different buildings, and he said out loud, "Polycule, interesting," which was such a good soundbite. Who made this episode? Have we had that discussion yet?
No.
I don't think so. Hirochika Muraishi, and then written by Yasushi Hirano.
Nice. Mel?
Gridman Section actor normal is Hiroki Okano. Thunder, Kotoshi Endo. They swapped it again.
They're just exchanging.
Suit Atsuya Nishimura.
It's kind of fascinating that we have a husband-wife duo making different episodes about the boys being weird.
Oh, right, their husband-wife duo.
Yeah. Like, I'm just imagining them, like...
In different ways.
Yeah, I'm just imagining them, like, having dinner and just being like, oh, okay, so, like, Ippei is gonna be like this. Like you know, like, just planning it out.
Maybe they're arguing about it.
Maybe.
Maybe they're like, well,
they did get divorced.
Oh, there you go.
Which...
They got divorced over the fact that they took Ippei in different directions. That's why it happened.
That's it. That's the cause. I do think it's a bummer that apparently she just completely got out of writing for TV after the divorce. That seems like a bummer.
Yeah. Don't want to meet your ex at the workplace.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything more to say about this episode? Or are we done?
I think I'm good.
I think we're done.
Mel, you got any timer stuff?
Yeah, episode 13, 6 minutes. Episode 14, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Episode 15, 7 minutes, 20 seconds. You'll notice I just consolidated everything.
Yeah.
At this point, he's...
Could not be bothered anymore.
At this point, he's just like... short only to immediately grow as soon as he goes through the tube, so you know.
The internet tubes.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's Gridman. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back in a second to talk about anything else.
I need to stand. My back.
I have one thing that I'm going to talk about. So the theme you're about to hear will either be The Whereabouts of Light or Silver Will. Goodbye for now.
Was Silver Will related to Lingering Will? Was he working to the Great Will
Silver
Theory?
William.
Silver William.
Welcome back. We're here to talk about anything else. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly say I finally beat Trails in the Sky second chapter.
All right.
It was great.
Better or worse than the first?
It's the it's the same story, as in like Trails in the Sky second chapter is the end of the story that happens in Trails in the Sky first chapter. It is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. It is
Zeta and Double Zeta.
It is Zeta and Double Zeta. So I don't know that I'm gonna like split hairs about which one's better. Trails in the Sky second chapter is like much longer. But it's like it's got the payoff for the stuff that happens in first chapter. So like is sort of like ranking the two halves of a book. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm good. They do introduce mechanically. They do introduce a couple new ideas. One being just chain attacks, that get pretty fun because it's like it's a mini tactics game, and so you've got to account for range when you want to do chain attacks. Also like the way magic gets more powerful involves like technological innovation with like the orbment stuff, and it's it's pretty good. I like being able to cast all those crazy spells. I basically think the reason to play Trails in the Sky is because of Estelle, Joshua, and Chloe. Obviously a bunch of other characters that I like, but that's my trio right there. I will be playing Trails in the Sky third, but not right now. Maybe in the winter. I really like the story. I also just like I think they have fun with like the structure of the game, because at the first game split into chapters. Each chapter you go visit a new town in the kingdom. This one, same structure, but with extra stuff going on, and then there's like a cool like moment like you finish the first like usual like these long chapters, and then you get this one little quick chapter where you resolve some good story stuff, and I'm like, okay, they're like having fun with the structure of their game, and I think Estelle is great. I'm a big fan of Estelle, and her whole troubles with the stuff. I can't talk about the game. I can't talk about the stuff that makes the game good.
Damn.
This is me increasingly with you, but
yeah, I'm just like sat there, just like I can't say anything. I had a nice long discussion with my friend who has been telling me to play these games, and so I've got it out of my system. But I think the game is good. I think the battle system in that game is like really leaning all the way into like the dramatic potential of combat that's done in menus. I think they do great stuff with that, because there's a lot of just kind of like it feels like I said this last time when I talked about the first Trails in the Sky. It just feels like choreography sometimes. Anything else to remark upon? If anyone is gonna play this game, no, I don't have any. I just think it's good.
Is all the materia, but not called that stuff, like still good and fun?
So that stuff still, they make that a little bit more I was still having fun with that because it's like a lot more limited than the materia system. It feels much more like a puzzle that you're trying to like really crack, where you're like, if I can just get the right numbers, if I can like move these around in just the right way to get the right numbers so that this character can cast this spell, I'll be Gucci. And it's just like, because each character's augment is a different shape, and so there are only 2 characters where they have one line, right? And so they're like, by default, they're going to be great at casting those spells that need have high elemental requirements, because those elemental requirements are measured per line, so if you just got the one unbroken line, you can max out those numbers pretty easily. You have some additional constraints where, like, Chloe had, Olivier and Chloe both have one unbroken line, but Olivier has only one slot that has an elemental requirement where he needs a Mirage Mirage Quartz. And then Chloe has 3 slots where she needs a Water Quartz, and so that really locks her in on water elemental stuff, which includes like healing. Whereas so Olivier's a little more adaptable, and then you've got fucking my final party wound up being interesting. I brought along the new guy for okay. In the last dungeon, they threw more There's so many characters in Trails in the Sky. There are so many characters.
I hear that's not going to change. The franchise continues.
I'm gonna tell you. I think I know why that doesn't change, because for the stakes of a game like this, I would say I was remarkably few deaths.
That sounds like us in like the penultimate session of Golden Kamuy.
Yes, where we're like, why is everyone still here? Are you sure? Noda?
Hey, Mel, you're far enough into Code Geass for me to go like, I think this show needs to kill off more people. I missed when Old Mecha did that. Code Geass wants everyone around.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
There's still a whole other season to get to.
Yeah. I would say one of my main criticisms of the writing in Trails in the Sky is that I think good guys really need to like all the other good guys in a way that I like occasionally rubbed up against, and it sort of occurred to me that the longer this series goes on, I think the more that would frustrate me, as more and more good guys happen. I would say there are only really a couple of characters that are like good guys but cause like conflict among the good guys. One of them, in the first game, I was like, this guy sucks, but he's like real. He sucks, but he's real, and so I find him compelling. And then in this game, I'm like, he sucks in like a very specific way that other characters aren't allowed to suck because they're allowed to be cool. And I eventually wound up really liking this one guy, because I was like, this is the only guy learning the lesson that being cool is like he's the only guy learning the cloud lesson from Final Fantasy VII. He's the only guy learning that like you don't being like the cool manly hero is like really bad for you. But no, I thought Trails in the Sky was great. Big fan. 10 out of 10. It's good. I'm gonna play that third one, which is apparently divisive. But this
is what I've heard. I've heard it's an interesting little break between that and the crossbow games.
The detective games.
Yeah.
Those games seem really cool. I want to play those someday.
Me too.
They sound really cool. I have seen a friend of mine was like, I'm going to show you a portrait of one of the returning characters, and sent me a portrait of the guy that was returning, and I was like, they've massacred. Look how they've massacred my boy.
Damn.
What have they done? This like slight shift in art style really murdered this one guy's look.
Damn.
I was like, this is awful.
I don't mind I think from what I've seen, I like the crossbow art style, but I don't like when they redid the art style for Sky, which presumably was closer.
in the new games. Not
in the new games. There was an earlier port of Sky which I think did new portraits.
Oh, what?
That were bad.
I'm wondering what this is, because
it started as like a PC game, then became a PSP game, and then it got.
Yeah, but if you buy the PC game today, it's got some elements of the PSP game in it.
Yeah.
In a way. Because the original PC game didn't have like a hard mode. If you buy the PC game, if you buy the game on Steam today, it has a hard mode. So like I don't.
Okay, I'm looking at on the Trails wiki of Estelle's portraits. Unfortunately, all they have is her in the Sky games and her in like one of the Crossbow games, and it's like, I can see how they massacred her.
Okay, well, the Sky portraits I was dealing with look great.
Yeah,
big fan. Anyway, good video game. I'm happy to now. I'm gonna go play short games.
Yeah.
For me, it was like I think I'm a slow gamer. Let me look up how long to beat. Brad, you were saying that a friend of yours was like, I wanna. There should be a how long to beat for people who have jobs.
Oh yeah, this is my buddy Johnson.
Somehow the hours are different. I can't explain it, but they are different. It takes more hours when you have a job to beat a game.
Check out this wild thing that just popped up on my feed.
Let me have a look. Pala Magi, Madoka Magica stage gets a surprise appearance by Detective Precure? Oh my god!
The most unlikely of team ups.
The Detective Precures are standing on a stage with Madoka and Homura. This is great. Yeah, I was into like 100 hours plus on Trails in the Sky second chapter, but I was truly just chilling in this game because I'm like, I'm all the way invested.
Are you I will leave the game on and go make dinner and come back an hour later person as well?
Not that much, but like a little. I am I will screw around kind of doing nothing in the game person. There's a resource that you can't buy in Trails in the Sky at all until you get to like the very end, like near the very end of second chapter, when a character opens up a shop selling it. And I'm like, this is a really funny gag because this character that has opened up this shop, I'm like, I'm invested enough in Estelle that I'm like, no, she wouldn't give him a penny. And so I'm not gonna buy any of this shit. I'm gonna go farm it myself. I have them. It's expensive as hell, but I have the money. Because it's right near the end of the game. I got loads of fucking money. And I'm like, I'm not giving you a single mirror, bro. So yes, that's kind of my vibe on Trails. Is like I'm like all the way in on these characters, and just kind of vibing in the world.
That's good.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. That's me. Who's up?
I got a few things.
Go for it.
Go for it.
First of all, this one's a short one, but I thought I'd earmark it. About a month or so ago, someone subbed exactly one episode of Silver Mask, aka Silver Kamen, so I watched it. Because I was like, I'm not. It's one episode. I'm not gonna watch it as the episodes come out and just wait for the thing to be done in like whatever 5 years or whatever. But I figured one episode would be fun. And after watching the episode, I'm like, damn, I hope this thing gets subbed in a timely fashion because that was crazy.
It has cool people on it and was apparently financially unsuccessful, which means it must be good.
Yeah, it's like you can see all these associations on it. There's some Mirror Man-esque energy, which is fun. Because like the plot seems to be like they're the episode starts. Well, first of all, the first episode is called "My Home Is Earth," and it's like okay. But the episode starts with like fucking a house fire. That's like the house fire of like the main protagonist's family because his dad was a professor who is being hunted by aliens, and the plot is revolving around like these 5 siblings, including one of them who becomes a Silver Mask. And they're like, damn, our dad left behind all the stuff that we have to do to fight the aliens. And one of the siblings is played by Saburo Shinada, aka Kotaro from Taro, and he's like the Kasha from Ideon of the siblings. Where he gets like...
Oh, wow.
He gets the fucking... His dad, I guess, built the fucking They Live glasses, and then he punches in an alien disguised as a guy in a cafe and gets arrested for it.
Nice.
Incredible first episode of television. So hoping it's fully subbed.
Yeah.
One of many exciting Ultraman adjacent things that may get subbed. Other things. First of all, been watching along with Ghost Divers. I finished the first season of Nodame Cantabile.
How's that?
It's good. It's a romantic comedy and about music.
Uh-huh.
And it's basically about like a really high-strung, stick-up-his-ass guy named Chiaki who's like dreams of becoming an orchestra conductor. But he's like...
He dreams of becoming an orchestra.
Yes.
Jeff Keighley loves him.
Yeah. He's like, I want to be a conductor, but like in order to actually make it big in a career, you can't be a conductor doing classical music in Japan. You got to go to Europe. But also, I'm afraid of planes.
Okay.
And he has a budding romance with his neighbor at the apartment complex, and who's underclassman at the same university doing music. Who is like this girl goes by Nodame, who's like the most. You go into her house and it's like, you damn, you live like this. And she like is all about. She's incredible talent playing the piano, but it's all about vibes and like hearing things and improvising, and she can't do reading music well. So the budding of their clashing personalities creates the comedy. And there's an extended cast of characters as they get involved with music stuff at the school. And Chiaki kind of forms an orchestra, kind of. And yeah. It's fun and good. I liked it. And there's going to be more of it.
Nice.
Because, like, that season 1 is only half this manga adaptation. And there's, like, I guess the other half to get through, so. It was nice.
All right.
Would recommend it. More complicated feelings. Yesterday I finished the first Armored Core.
Mel, can you come to my house? I have some floating mines that need to be dealt with. There's not a gang of people ready to beat you up, and also, for some reason, floating blocks that you're gonna need to jump across.
Oh my god.
Also, there's a guy. There's
There's a second
the most
me.
dangerous, the most dangerous guy in the world, who is trying to kill you, and he's got all the cheats on. Also, there's two of him.
This is getting out of hand.
No, yeah.
Why was there a second 9-ball?
You gotta play.
He wasn't a person.
You gotta play the third.
He was a person.
You gotta play the third one to find out. That's when it all becomes clear.
Third one is in Master of Arena or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
They elaborate more on what 9-ball's deal is in that one.
I do not think I'll be playing another PS1 Armored.
That's understandable.
I didn't hate my time with it. I think I did okay. Like, the missions are breezy. Like, this is good. This feels like a good game to have bought on the PS Vita store to play on your emulator on the Vita. Just because the mission structure is good for portable gaming. But I don't care for those controls.
I can confirm this is slightly different, but Armored Core 3, I have a weird attachment to because it was, for a period of time there, my bedrot depression Vita game of choice.
How do you play those games on the Vita? The Vita only has the one set of triggers.
So the back touch for your R2L2.
Oh,
but also
right, that's true.
For the third gen, they did port those games to the PSP.
Yeah.
So
How the hell did they do
I
that?
have no idea.
They play like classic Armored Core without the dual stick.
No, but I mean, the PSP only has a left and a right button. It doesn't have L1, L2.
Yeah. I have no idea. I am curious to try those ones, but also I know. We'll see. I definitely struggled. Like, it wasn't like necessarily the hardest game, but it was a lot of like, I got hit a bunch, it's clunky, or I didn't quite get it. I couldn't figure out the movement, so I was always like, oh, I'm being hit by someone, and I'm making the slowest turns possible just to see them. I think I only beat 9-ball the 2 times by like baiting him into a smaller room than like from a hole.
Was it the hallway?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the tech.
I did it twice because the first one he drops down and it's like, yeah, sure. Or no, he comes up, and the second one he drops down. But like if you go, you know, I don't know. There's just like a lot of I don't know. I'm being hit. And I don't see who I'm being hit by.
Fighting him in the big room is like impossible.
I'm gonna tell you. Doing better than me. I didn't fucking kill that guy. I was just like, I'm going straight. I'm just going straight past this guy.
I think I tried, and he still killed me. So I was like, well, fuck.
If you have like the big, there's like a big shoulder cannon thing where like the Armored Core like has to kneel down and like it has some setup time, but then just like shoots out a shit ton of like bullets.
Yeah.
If you can get him down that hallway and then set that up, he basically just walks towards you to his death, and it's so fucking sick. But yeah, that hallway is like the only like decent way to like deal with that guy at all. It's ridiculous. How's the platforming?
I think it took like an hour.
It's really hard.
It's miserable.
I think it's wild that a game about, we have 4 different categories of mechs you can make, customize them, and be free to your heart's content, has a mission at the end of the game that goes, well, did you pick the one that can't jump? Fuck you. Pick one of the other 3. You can't play this one.
Thank you, From Software.
Thank you, From Software.
One of those missions is just a area from Kingsfield mapped out into an Armored Core level, which I think is really fun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
Nice.
Nice.
Brad.
Speaking of ACs, last week...
Anon Chihaya.
Yep, I met her. We hung out.
It's
got a
my
shake.
go.
She told me about her band.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Her band.
Those girls band Cry, am I right? I don't know anything about this show.
Yeah.
I wished her well in life, and then I went home and told the people about my dinner with Chihaya. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
Mel, we forgot to talk about something else that I'm assuming we both did. Or did you not end up watching
No,
it?
I watched it. I watched it last night.
So, Mel and let me get the name of it. I have to scroll up to remember the name of this.
He's like steamed ham as if it was a critically acclaimed film.
Yeah, steamed hams, but it's a critically acclaimed feature film, or as the thumbnail art calls it, My Dinner with Skinner, which is someone made a 48 or so minute steamed hams, but it's My Dinner with Andre parody with like real actors and shit.
Yeah.
And instead of telling stupid stories about like, and then I went to church and I kept seeing this weird goat figure, and I thought, oh, this is just part of the creative process. They like they recap episodes of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
While also doing the I will say the 20-minute gap between they're steamed hams to these hamburgers are quite similar to the ones they have at Krusty Burger. It was phenomenal pacing.
This is crazy.
Yes.
So I pulled this up just now.
The amount of effort. I will say, unfortunately, I think the guy playing Chalmers has a lot more acting chops than the guy playing Skinner.
I think that is true.
Yes. But I appreciate the amount of effort and time and love that went into this joke is undeniable. It's maybe a little too long in the tooth, but it's good. I appreciate it.
It is funny, like how much Chalmers is in disbelief at how many times Skinner keeps bringing up incidents that involve either Bart or Homer.
Yes.
He's like, wait, that guy?
Yeah. I love how he's like
the guy you were in a barbershop quartet with.
Yeah, he's like the father of that Bart character I was talking about earlier or something. I also love that he is like, and you didn't fire, like, you didn't fire that guy? And he's like, well, no, I figured that we let bygones be bygones or whatever.
Damn.
I did also, just to refresh myself, skimmed through a little bit of My Dinner with Andre. I feel like an unsung part of My Dinner with Andre that I wish more people appreciated is when Andre will say something that's like kind of amusing but not really that funny, and Wallace Shawn will break out into like ridiculously loud laughter. Like he's just the most easily pleased man in the world. Great film. They need to make a second one where they're podcasting now.
They just call it mukbang now.
Well, Assassin's Creed.
Yep, Assassin's Creed. No. I played
Assetto Corsa.
Sure. No, I played Ace Combat 2.
You did?
That game is a lot better than Air Combat.
It's a good game.
There's more missions. They have more types of missions. There is a weird branching path thing that encourages you to play through a second time, which I did do. You get like a new game plus mode where they're like, hey, in addition to all the aircrafts you could buy and play that we like carefully balance and stuff, do you want an extra mode where you get really fun, overpowered shit? Not even based on real planes that we just made up? And I went, yes, absolutely. That game has multiple endings, which I didn't know because I played through and just got the good one. That's awesome. The big shining change I would like to... I'm hoping is like a recurring thing in the series. This game introduces enemy aces, which are never the mission target, but are just really good enemies that show up to fight you on the missions, and they have names. So you're like, oh shit, I'm being locked onto, and then you do your maneuver to get around, and it's like, oh, it's this motherfucker. And sometimes they come back.
This is an Ace Combat staple.
Yes. It adds so much flavor and emotion. Every time you see Zoe or ZOE, whoever that motherfucker is, shows up 5 times throughout the game, your rival. It's like, oh, you motherfucker, I'm taking you down. I'm going out of my way to engage you in a duel right now, and then I'm gonna fly back over to complete the mission. Amazing. So good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm taking a short little break from Ace Con. I am fully intending to finish this series, all the numbered ones. Maybe I'll go back later for like the PSP ones and shit. I know people like at least one of those.
X, I think.
Yeah. But I will be going back to those at a later date because I just want to catch up in time for 8. But yeah, I really enjoyed my time with Ace Combat 2. That OST! So, the thing that everyone always shows you when they show you the Ace Combat, 2 OST is, the dad rock, oh, hell yeah, we're in the air, motherfucker, rodeo shit.
They don't show you the fucking briefing themes.
They don't show you the briefing theme, or, oh, we got a night stealth mission. The hardest drum and bass PS1 ass tracks you'll ever hear. It's so good. It's so good. Nice. They add the ability to go above the clouds, and you if you start going too slow because the difference in the air density, you stall out more. Oh, it's so good. I love it. Phenomenal game. I see the vision. I mean, I liked Air Combat. It's a fun game. Give it an 8 out of 10. Fun time.
But the difference is kind of night and day in many ways.
It is. Well, it also helps. This is not a launch title for the PlayStation 1. Things look like the interface, the HUD. It looks so much cleaner and cooler. The mission briefings are instead of just we made some really shoddy MS Paint art. It's 3D hologram table ass we're zooming the camera around and there are green arrows everywhere while a guy who sounds like Dale Gribble a little bit tells you about the ravine run you need to do. It's awesome. It's so good. So yeah, big fan. This put me into a little bit of a plane mood.
A plane mood.
Yeah.
I see.
So I had to sit down and watch the movie that saved cinema according to everyone's dad, Top Gun Maverick. Yes. Let me tell you, I get why there's a whole legion of old guys that are they don't make movies like that no more.
I see.
It's a cool ass movie. It's better than Top Gun, which isn't. Let me tell you, rewatching. I
don't think that's a high bar.
It's not. Top Gun's not that good. This is a movie with characters that get tied together and have scenes of them actually talking about things. And it kind of hits. I will say I think it's wild that the relationship from the first movie is basically not touched on at all. He gets a new Tom Cruise gets a new love interest in this one.
I mean, that's just Bond shit.
Yeah.
Oh god. Tom Cruise, James Bond. Imagine that.
They should make a movie franchise about that.
They should. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Impossible. But
James Bond doesn't do disguises. What if James Bond did disguises?
It'd be like that one film, Master of Disguise.
Oh yeah. You need James Bond to climb a building and then get to the top and then look into the camera and say Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Yeah. I gotta give credit to our new foil character for Maverick, Rooster, the son of Goose, Maverick's co-pilot who dies in an accident in the first movie. Yeah, listen, it's like the Aerith of like plane movies.
The Aerith of plane movies.
Everyone knows Goose gets got in the jet wash.
Did I ever tell you once when I was making like online friends for the first time in like 9th grade when I was 14? Someone was telling me, I forget the context, but someone was telling me something that was like, is that spores? We're like, no, it's not spores. It's like, Aerith dying or something. I'm like, who's Aerith? And they were like, oh my god.
That's awesome.
That's great.
But yeah, there's some real tension between the two in this movie because he's upset that, his dad died and he never got a relationship with him, and that, he was the guy flying the plane when that happened. But then also too, his mother's dying wish was, please don't let my son also become a fighter pilot. So Tom Cruise did everything he could as a higher up in the Air Force or in the Navy to delay him becoming a pilot. And he's like, "What the fuck, man? You think I'm not good enough? You think I'm not as good as my dad?" And Tom Cruise is like, "No, that's not it. That's not it at all." Really good.
What a funny motivation. Yes. Of what would it be like? Well, I'm the guy that's training fighter pilots. Ooh, not the guy I know. You should stay at home.
Yes. Your mom would be really mad if she found out I was teaching you.
Oh man.
Yeah. The funniest goddamn nostalgia slap happens at a point where this is minor spoilers, but they get shot down behind enemy lines in vague country that is making nuclear weapons. And
the enemy.
The enemy. Let me tell you, they say the rogue state and the enemy a lot. It's really funny. So they have to go hijack an airplane to get back into the battle and get back home. And lo and behold, they have the same fucking plane from the original Top Gun just conveniently at this hangar. The enemy must have captured one at some point and had it around in flying condition. And then, the dad rock starts to play. But let me tell you, though, the flying stuff in this movie, it's really cool. It's a lot better. They do a ravine run, and it's really sick. The whole movie is practicing a ravine run so they can blow up a nuclear weapons facility.
Oh, it's 633 Squadron. I see. I understand. There's a World War II movie where I realize there are multiple sources for the trench run in Star Wars, but in my mind, the trench run in Star Wars is doing 633 Squadron, which is a RAF movie about mosquito bombers training to fly down a fjord in Norway to attack a V2 factory or something.
I see. Were you gonna ask a question before that?
No.
Okay, it sounded like you had something, but yeah, I think this.
Oh
is
no!
it.
Yes, I did. Does this? Sorry, I'm remembering the ending of Top Gun. Does this movie? I assume this movie just skips past. We're all just gonna pretend that World War III doesn't start at the end of Top Gun.
Oh yeah, no. Nah.
Okay.
Though they do bring it up in the sense that right at the end of this movie, all of Tom Cruise's students go, Maverick is finally considered an ace. He got enough kills.
Oh my god.
Also, he was, they do confirm he was in Iraq. Flying around.
Okay. Okay. Lovely. Love that for you, Tom Cruise.
Yep. So, That's what we learn.
The good guys.
The good guys.
Yeah. There is a really good scene at the beginning where like the big hype moment, like, oh, you know, he's still a Maverick, is he's testing an experimental plane that is about to be defunded because the evil manufacturers at the arms they don't want pilots anymore. It's all gonna be drones.
Oh my yes. Yes.
And
This fucking Trace.
yes.
It's Trace.
And to prove that their experimental fighter like jet program is like still deserves the funding, Maverick has to fly in this plane before it's ready and break Mach 10. And he does it, and the guy's like, oh damn, I have to still give you funding now. But then Maverick takes it too far because he's an adrenaline junkie, so he goes beyond Mach 10, and the plane explodes in the atmosphere, and he like lands in some small town on the opposite side of America. And he's like, where am I? And a little kid in the diner goes, Earth, because he's in like a ridiculous like Mach 10 flight suit. Is a good bit. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. They're talking about making a third one called Top Gun Rooster, which I
don't think that one will sell.
I don't think that guy has what it. I like him as a foil to Maverick the character. I don't really care about seeing that guy have his own movie.
I sort of think people. There are a lot of people in the world that are just like, yeah, I know Tom Cruise is like an odd guy, but I will go see every movie he's in.
Yes, this is a lot of people I know.
And so like
odd is a word for it.
Yeah. So like I don't. If you make a Top Gun that isn't about Tom Cruise, I sort of feel like. I hope you're not spending a lot of money on that, because you're not going to make that much back.
Yeah, your
Anyway.
your finances might be in some kind of danger zone.
Yeah,
That's true.
oh, they played
That's
Danger
true.
Zone at the beginning.
Of course
again.
they fucking
I was like,
Oh my god.
of course, of course. Yeah. I have one other thing.
Okay.
What other thing?
So, we talk a lot about tokusatsu on this podcast.
Do we?
At least like half.
We
Of
do.
At least 1/3 of the podcast is usually dedicated to it each week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like, it's one of those things where it's like, I've been thinking a lot about what do Toku heroes mean to me, and like why do I, what part of watching Toku do I enjoy? And I think maybe it's not about like, the sci-fi questions of like, are we alone in the universe, or even like, how do I deal with the horror my body has become? Sometimes it's about seeing people strive after everything they've been through.
Nikke, Arc Ranger.
So the latest.
What is this shot? What have I Is this a giant lady?
No, she's
No,
a regular
okay.
sized lady.
She's regular size. She's just kind of up there. Okay.
So Nikke's latest story event, Arc Ranger, about the fictional TV show within the game Arc Rangers.
Oh my god.
Okay. Which has been referenced in the past before. Like there are like social link events in this game where like the Nikke tease you and you're like, oh, did you watch Arc Rangers when you were little? Do you have Arc Rangers toys? So this is a thing that's been established. They make a event that is tying in with what's going on in the current story about the cast of Arc Rangers, who are actress Nikkes, who have been created by one of the 3 mega corporations that produce Nikke and Nikke weaponry as propaganda for the children of the Ark that humanity lives in. To be like, oh, we gotta fight this war against these evil robots, kids. We gotta fight the evil robots. And our heroine here, Arc Ranger Black, is so okay. We got three leading ladies here. So we have Arc Ranger Black, who is the newest member of the crew, and is the one that is like the pullable character. She does a rider kick. And then we have Archranger Blue, who is like, I want all my friends to get along, and I have a professional obligation to separate my actress life and my personal life, and we're not real heroes, we're someone, working on a TV show. And then we have Archranger Red, also known as Gigi Murray.
What?
Oh my god, it's Gigi!
It just looks like Gigi, who is full cynical, like, this is stupid, we're just actresses getting paid, and, like, one of her early scenes is a little kid comes up to her while she's drinking tea at a cafe, and is like, oh my god, Archranger Red, can you sign my trading card? And she's like, piss off, kid. And then Archranger Black runs over and is like, no, we're on an undercover mission right now. We can't let anyone know who we are, but I'll sign your card, kid. And then, like, they get into an argument about it. And she is like, listen, in 2 years, he's going to be really upset how much money he wasted on these stupid cards, and he's going to be really embarrassed he ever watched the show. And then Archranger Black's like, no, we need to give the children courage and hope and teach them life lessons. And like, we're going to be real heroes. And this is during the early part of the story. The big like conflict is between these two, as Archranger Black starts to actually involve herself in real life emergencies, beyond the TV show recordings, and try to save people, and is kind of causing problems, which leads to an argument where Red takes her aside and is like, do you actually even know how to give someone CPR? If there's a building on fire and it's actually collapsing, do you know how to pull people out without, getting people hurt or, like, exposing them to smoke inhalation? Have you actually trained or practiced for any of these things? And they have, like, a back and forth about that. And it comes clear deep down that the reason Red is so cynical is because years ago, she was the one who wanted to be a hero beyond the TV show. But then she realized, no, we're just actresses. So this ends up tying in with the story of the game, with the kid who was in the cafe who's like, oh, I want you to sign my trading card, gets involved in, like, the evil robots attack the Ark where everyone's living, and they happen to be around, so they're like, oh shit, we gotta help people. But, like, they're not like, they can't really fight, they're actresses. Who just happen to have the robot bodies, but they don't have, like, weapons really or anything. So it doesn't really go well. Archranger Black wakes up trying to save the boy, and is handed his shattered trading card after being learned that he got gunned down while she was trying to escort him to safety. And this spirals her into a depression where she asks the actual corporations of Nikke World, hey, can you make me to, like, an actual weapon, Nikke? So that this doesn't ever happen again.
To be a hero.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god.
And
Emi Ashiro time.
Yeah, so she goes all in on this, and her friends are like, we could just be TV show actors. Like, we don't need to help people. Like, we could leave that to people that, like, that's their thing. And she's like, no, I need to be a hero, because every time I put on this outfit to record our TV show, I feel like a clown. She keeps saying this. I feel like a clown in this outfit. And they sure enough, they get attacked again, and this time they actually are like, okay, we're gonna spring into action. So, like any good Sentai team, they have a combining robot. That one of the people who's been helping out with, like, the modification of Archranger Black to be an actual weapons person is like, hey, I invited the top mechanic of one of the other corporations to make your show robot into an actual giant death robot. And there's a really good scene where Archranger Black is talking to this, like, top mechanic, Nikke, who's been in the game before, and is like, oh my god, like, I can't believe you would help us you know, in our time of need, like, become real heroes. And she has this really good response, and she's like, no, you don't understand. I got into making real giant robots that shoot lasers and rockets because when I was a little girl, I watched you guys in your toy robot that shot lasers and rockets. So now I get to make that fake one that inspired me into a real giant robot that can kill things.
Nikke is crazy.
It really is. This whole time there's also like a weird machinations thing going on where like there's a scene where it cuts to that mechanic and the CEO of this rival corporation talking, and she's like, wow, I can't believe you let the admins of this place like let us make that. And he's like, what do you mean? I didn't ask for shit. And then she's like, what? And he goes, oh no, I invited you because I knew you would agree to it because you're a nerd. And because 2 corporations made this, like, mine won't be the sole one getting in trouble, and, like, they'll just, like, kind of hand-wave it away, because it's too much of a hassle. She's like, you son of a bitch! And then they get in the robot and save the day, and she's like, I can't be a real hero after all. And also, like, your main squad is, like, involved in some degree. The enemy robots have invented chemical warfare now, which is a problem.
Okay.
So like the big robot has to shoot down a bunch of like rockets coming in with poison gas and shit. But yeah, there's a lot of actually really good character stuff of like, but like there's the very obvious like, you know, actress wants to become like a real life superhero thing, but there's a lot of good character moments in between where people have conversations where they're acknowledging like, even like the tiny things you do, you don't quite realize what good deeds that you're doing just out of kindness can actually be very deeply inspiring and motivating for people. And like, they might not be as open, like you might overtly not realize you are being inspiring to someone by doing the right thing, but quietly that can mean a lot to another person, which is why it's always worth putting the effort forward and at least trying to help out when the situation
like that
is rough.
Spike Lee movie. Yeah.
Do the right thing. But yeah, the funniest part of all this is that this unit sucks ass. I did roll for her because I was like, she's kind of fun. She has 90s hair vents, which I appreciate. But yeah, she's not very good in the game.
Right.
We'll see if they add the other 2. There's like a week left of the event. But hopefully they're better if they do.
Damn.
Yeah, Nikke's wild.
Well.
This has been established.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Do we have any emails? I know we have at least 2.
We have 2.
Can we... Yeah, we'll get through those.
First one, I think it's a new person.
Hello, new person.
Mitchell Nguyen.
Hello, new person.
Nguyen. That's a Vietnamese surname. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think it's Nguyen. Anyway. Hi, UltraQ. First time writing the pod here. I've been listening in the UltraQ days a bit, and even bought the Steelbook Blu-ray for Q and Ultraman because it's severely behind and stopped. Though I really did like SSS Gridman and SSS Dinosaur, so I decided to pop back in for Gridman. When I was a kid, I did actually watch an Ultraman show on Foxbox. That was apparently the really bad, incomplete 4Kids dub of Ultraman Tiga.
Oh. I always forget this exists.
That's funny.
Yeah. Excited to rewatch it when y'all get to it. I vividly remember that Ultraman had blah blah blah. That's the spoilers. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's just like not mild premise. First episode of Tiga we'll get to, as well as by keeping you guys blind.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, on Gridman questions, is it just me or Ippei and Naoto more creepy and pathetic than our insult protagonists in these 7 episodes? Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Definitely.
Also, in episode 15, when the police track down a rogue Yuka to an abandoned factory, kind of reminds me of RoboCop, where Murphy gets murdered, though I don't know if that was intentional.
I was also thinking RoboCop. I think that was... I think they were thinking of it a little bit with how some of the Yuka stuff goes down.
Anyway, that got me thinking of what Ultraman series would Alex Murphy like pre and post Robocop if they differed. I don't think post Robocop he watches Ultraman. He's too busy into the doing the justice thing,
upholding the law.
Yeah.
I have no idea what his favorite Ultraman is.
Yeah,
I can't. I can't even grasp at one.
Just flat out Ultraman.
Probably.
66.
He likes the brutality.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, thank you for your email.
Thank you for your
email. Thank you for your email.
Email you think. Next email about the fanboy.
Hello.
There isn't much to say about this batch of episodes, but Gridman is still a really fun show that I'm enjoying a lot. Episode 13 was my favorite of the batch. It looks like the problems of the weeks are getting more ridiculous as time goes on, but that was pretty fun. Episode 14 was also nice. Ippei is probably my favorite character in Gridman, so it was nice to see focus on him. Also, Takeshi wearing a cartoon bedtime cap that a real person would ever wear is hilarious.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I love that our emails just basically have all come to the same conclusions that we've talked to in the episode. It always fills me with joy. That cap is so funny.
Episode 17 was mostly unremarkable yet fun, except for the fact that there was a really bad subtitle, "I'm gonna kill you now." This made me think that as someone who has watched the entirety of the Mill Creek subs for the Ultraman anime, I feel like you wouldn't be that bad off with the Mill Creek subs, but because they're so watchable.
We'll see.
Mothra fanboy's opinion is the Gridman ones might be worse than the Ultraman ones, but I've heard the opposite from all my other friends, basically.
I see.
Also, that is a show where I think the context, like this is like not a complex show. So I think
I would say the plots are fairly straightforward.
I think just the stuff that for all I know is going on in the anime is you want a good translation of it. You want a better translation, just for if it's getting to different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Question time. Do you think, I guess for Pride Month, do you think there will be any queer Ultraman hosts other than Arc and Evangelion?
Other than what?
Arc and Evangelion.
Ooh, Arc and Evangelion.
The thing is, I think with the case of Arc, I think that's all on what's his name?
Yeah, he's not gay. He's doing the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 I Love You and All You Guys.
Yeah.
It's the fake Ginoza who is gay.
Yeah.
I mean the gay Ultraman host is the next show. Not Arc, the one after. Omega. Yeah. They're gay. Gay specifically for Ultraman.
Yes.
I still think about how that show basically ends with the run towards the camera freeze frame.
Yeah.
So funny.
It's fantastic.
I
don't know. To answer your question, nah. I mean, maybe we'll find something. We'll find, there may be hints of it.
Hey, Tsuburaya, I know you could turn this ship around.
Yeah. It's time for Yaoi.
Get it? Because ship is,
Yeah. Ships, shipping.
Yeah.
Etc.
Etc.
Thank you for your email.
Thank you for your email. Wait, hold on. Oh wait, they've heard that episode 17 is one of the best at Gridman, so see you next week.
Oh. Well, there you go.
There we go.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you for your email. That's a podcast. If you want to find us online, you can do so on Twitter, still, technically, at ultra_QUEUE. You can also find us on Blue Sky. We are at ultraQUEUE. No underscores on Blue Sky. My name is Red. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm at Red November. Mel, your plugs.
You can send an email to oscupod@gmail.com. Also, we have Coffee Oscu Fund. Brad.
You can find me at Beinvoked. That's BEINVOKED.
Banevoked.
Yep. There's a VTuber I started watching recently who has been playing Tekken. And the few times, it's like a small enough chat that, like, you know, there's pretty good back and forth going on.
Yeah.
But because of how my name shows up on YouTube, she keeps reading it as, like, Belnvoked. And she's like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. And I'm like, oh, that's really funny because it looks like an I or an L.
Belnvoked.
Belnvoked.
Belnvoked. That's good. Okay. Wow. Bye, everybody. You will catch us next week for 3 more episodes of Gridman. Goodbye for now.
See you, everyone.
Later.